Have you ever thought about the best possible gift you could ever receive? What about the gift of life? Gifts come in all shapes and sizes. Some are more sentimental than others, or pricier than others. But there is one gift that we can all give to someone. This gift is being an organ donor and donating your organ and tissue to people in need. By donating vital organs, you are giving people in need a second opportunity at life. Once you have finished yours, imagine yourself or a loved one in critical conditions, and the only way they could survive is by waiting in eternity for an organ. If you or a loved one has been in this very position, you can understand the frustration and anxiety that comes with being placed on a waiting list. You have to wait and wait for an organ to become available, but the longer you wait, the chances of surviving decreases. In order to shorten the wait time, it is essential that we increase the number of organ donors. Through becoming an organ donor, you can make that special impact in someone's life. In the next few minutes, I would like to discuss the process of organ donation, the shortage of organs, common misconceptions, and why you should register to become an organ donor. To begin with, it is important to understand the process of organ donation. In the state of Georgia, you can join the donor registry in several ways. You can register through the web, when renewing your driver's license online, when obtaining or renewing your license in person at the DMV, or by calling Donate Life Georgia and asking for a registry form. This is information to become an organ donor, but you may be asking, well, what to expect next? Well, first, brain death must be determined by at least 2 doctors. Brain death is categorized by an irreversible absence, and contrary to popular belief, this does not mean a coma. Then, the hospital notifies the organization, and a representative will go to the hospital, and the representative alerts the hospital of the next recipient on the list. After this, a surgeon from the hospital of the patient in critical condition will travel to obtain the organ, and then travel back to complete the transplant. Now that you have a brief overview of what the process is like and what is expected after an organ donor's death, it is important to understand the severity of the problem that faces many individuals. The problem that affects families in need is the lack of organs and organ donors who would make the organ transplant possible. There's constantly a need for organs such as the heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, corneas, bones, skin, heart valves, and blood vessels. As of May 2022, organ donation statistics states that every 9 minutes, another person is added to the national transplant waiting list. It is very important that the registry for organ donation increases in order to shorten the waiting time. There are more than 108,000 people in the United States who need an organ transplant, and more than 4,600 of them live in Georgia. According to the Southeast Georgia Health System. Although I did mention that someone must be labeled brain dead, you can also donate tissue and other organs while being alive as well. You're not just limited to being deceased. For example, you can donate skin cells, and those can be rejuvenated and multiplied in order to help burn victims. Or most commonly, you can donate your kidney as well. Next, I want to discuss why this shortage may exist. Unfortunately, the reason why is because there are many misconceptions that steer people away from donating that can easily be debunked with simple research. The most common argument against organ donation is that doctors will not work as hard to save your life. This misconception can be debunked because, as mentioned, brain death is a part of the criteria. Additionally, the organ will not benefit the doctor in any way, but instead the person in need, obviously. Therefore, it does not make sense for a doctor to purposely harvest your organ. Furthermore, the doctor is not involved in the process. That responsibility falls in the hands of the representative of the organization, of the organ donation service, and no one is aware of who is next on the list. The second misconception is that wealthy and important people are put on top of the list automatically. This is simply not true because financial status is not considered in any part of the criteria to receive an organ transplant. This list is solely based on medical necessity and the urgency of the patient. The more urgent, the higher the person is moved on the list. These common arguments and misconceptions against organ donation can be easily debunked, but unfortunately, this misinformation is what has caused a stigma surrounding organ donation. There's no doubt that organ donation is a crucial part in saving lives. There's a clear need for organs, but these misconceptions make people believe that organ donation is not necessary. Lastly, I want to talk regarding why organ donors are absolutely crucial and the impact you could possibly have on someone's life. Organ donation benefits both the donor's family and the recipients. When you decide to donate, you are not only saving a life, but you get to know that you were a part of giving someone a second chance. The gift of life. The Gift of Life organization published a surprising statistics that states that just one organ donor can save up to 8 lives, and one tissue donor can improve the lives of more than 100 lives. Personally, I have been in the position of a loved one because my uncle unfortunately died from having a kidney disease. It was significantly hard for me because he was someone that I was really close to. I loved him very dearly, and he was on the organ transplant list, but it was just too late for him, and he unfortunately passed away. I understand the frustration, and therefore, me living it, I am an organ donor, and I know the impact that it can have on someone's life, and I wish, and I make up these scenarios that I could have probably saved my uncle's life if I had the age. Then, unfortunately, like I said before, he was just not lucky to receive a kidney in time, but living through this experience, I saw the importance of organ donation and how one person can completely alter the trajectory of someone's life. In conclusion, now that I have presented what it takes to become an organ donor, the seriousness of the issue, debunked misconceptions, and what you can do to become a hero, I hope that you understand how important it is to register as an organ donor. By being an organ donor, you aren't just giving away vital organs that would be decomposed. You are giving someone another opportunity to live their precious life. No one should have to live every day just waiting for a critical opportunity to arise. You have the opportunity to save someone's life, so why not? Thank you.